Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another Chronicles of FlyGuy, episode 23, first edition of Where Are They At Now. I got my boy Reggie Lincoln here, the all-pro wrestler out of my boy from ASU. Tell him hi, Reggie. How you been, man?
Oh man, everything great, baby. Just chilling.
So what you been up to, man? You know, as I'm saying, it's first edition of Where Are They At Now. So what you been up to, bro? I mean, last time you told me you had a fight in Lubbock, and I see you got TikToks on you rapping and everything. What's going on, man? How you been?
Oh man, more on TikTok. I just finished my championship like last month. You know, so I'm still the champion. You can look that up on YouTube if you need to.
Okay.
And, you know, other than that, just more on TikTok and just taking care of the family, man.
Taking care of the family. How the fam doing, man?
And my little man, he's doing all right, man. You know, he started playing basketball, man.
Oh, so he's a hooper.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he started playing basketball, man. And he's running really fast. He hasn't got the concept down to dribble. You know, he's just born.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So you think he's gonna follow in your foot? You think
he thinks it's like Space Jam. So.
Okay. You think he'll follow in your footsteps and wrestle, or no?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's still.
It comes up and better than me, though. Sure.
It's still early. So how that championship? How that defending your championship go? What happened? Like what championship was it? Was it a heavyweight or?
Yeah, the SCP heavyweight championship.
Okay. So you defended that.
Yeah, pretty much I have to defend it, man. Now that I'm the champ, I'm the face of the company.
So are you still a bad guy?
What you say?
Are you still a bad guy?
I was never a bad guy, man. What you talking about?
Yeah. Man, last time I heard you tell everybody that Selena was dead, and y'all here to watch me. So yeah, are you the good?
That was a long time ago. I've been a bad guy a long time.
So you're the good guy.
Yeah. Fans love me, man.
So what's next in your wrestling career, man? What you got? What you got next?
Well, I know during WrestleMania weekend I'm going to be wrestling in Fort Worth.
Okay.
And on top of that, hopefully I'll be doing something at WrestleMania. Hopefully if they give me a phone call, and then they give me a phone call, so fingers crossed.
So WWE, y'all heard that? Give this man a call. He's trying to get y'all a show again, because you're the only person I know that can say I've been on WWE.
Oh yeah.
So kids follow your dreams.
It's hard. But it's hard to get to WWE. I promise you that. Like, to be honest, although I've been there, I guess making it to the NFL in the current shape I'm in now is still better than me making. I still have a better chance of making it there than WWE.
Wow. So you're saying you have a better chance of making it to the NFL than the WWE in the current shape you're in now?
Yeah.
And age?
Believe it or not.
Wow.
I get into the WWE.
So you gotta know somebody again, huh?
Pretty much.
Okay. I can see where that'd be a.
Well, you just have to do something really impressive for them to want to bring you in.
Okay. Well, I guess that shoots my chances ever going to. I'll be a spectator. I ain't trying to get in there. And for the people that don't really know about wrestling, can you kind of recap on what actually happens behind the scenes?
Man, it's busy back there. I'll tell you that for sure. It is busy.
Like so.
And
so for the people that don't know, like I know we talked about this last time, and you said that everybody kind of talks like you talk about who's going to win the shows and all that. Like, what's really going? Is it like another world in the back?
Oh well, yeah. I mean, wrestling has always been a predetermined sport. And it's just like other sports. It's been predetermined. The only difference is professional wrestling can't admit it.
Y'all admit it.
Well, I wouldn't say it. Now, people like to throw that F word around, fake. It's not fake, I promise you that. You can't fake a 40-foot fall.
Right.
You can't fake back injuries. You can't fake all of that.
Right.
Like I told you, the outcome can be predetermined. And, I mean, the NFL is exposing that shit right now.
Yeah, you're right. Yes. If y'all can hear y'all heard it.
It's exposed in the NFL right now. I'm trying to do this right video.
You saw who? Okay. Yeah, man, I mean, it's...
Yeah, it's just like any other sport, man. It's just the outcome is predetermined. So, I'm pretty sure the people in the NFL already know who's going to win the Super Bowl.
But they got to put on a good show for the people.
Matter of fact, I just saw the Simpsons actually predicted that. There's an episode of the Simpsons that predicted the Bengals will win.
Really?
Really, yeah. There's an episode of the Simpsons for all the rest. And the Simpsons don't miss a beat.
Because do you remember that episode where they talked about the Falcons and the Patriots playing, and the Patriots came back and won, and that actually happened.
Yeah, they predicted Donald Trump. They predicted the Super Bowl. That Super Bowl. They predicted a lot of things that got it right.
Okay.
They actually predicted that the Bengals will beat the Rams in the Super Bowl.
Okay. So for your title defense, what was your finishing move? What did you finish him with and pin him with?
It's called the Lincoln Memorial.
The Lincoln Memorial?
Yeah. It's a variation of the Boston Crab. You made him tap out.
You made him tap out?
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all, all right, y'all. You don't see many tap outs in wrestling. This man got folks tapping out. I'm scared of him now. Shoot, I don't wrestle you, bro. I'm like getting there, like
the movie called the Lincoln Memorial.
The Lincoln Memorial. Okay, I looked that up. Y'all look this man up. He's something serious. So how long? So what's after wrestling life, man? How long do you think you got left?
Man, I give myself. I'm only trying to tell how long I got. But even after I'm done with my in-ring action, I like to pursue a commentary career.
Okay.
Or even ministry. Just in case my soul want to get into it. If I'm lucky enough to have more stuff, I would love to be a manager or something.
So kind of like a Paul Heyman?
No, more like a Lamar Ball.
Lamar Ball. Oh. So we got the next Lamar Ball going. Yeah, he did. He had nothing else on besides he had a mouth on him. That's it. Everybody, so nobody can really say nothing about Lamar Ball except that the military is only flip on. Say what?
The second child, not Lonzo, not LaMelo, Leangelo.
Yeah.
That's what it's only flip on.
Man, I'm not even gonna lie to you, dog. When I saw what happened at UCLA, I felt it was unfortunate. He went and done something that foolish, but you can't put age on trial. He's still 18, 19 years old, so he's gonna go do stupid things. And because he's nationally known, they're gonna scrutinize him more for that than they would somebody else that's just like, oh, you made a stupid mistake, whatever. But because he's Leangelo Ball, because he's Leangelo Ball, and his dad was the mouth of the basically mouth of the South, like what was that guy's name? Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart.
Yeah, Jimmy, like the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. and his son is like Alonzo was like the Hart, like the Bret Hart and Lorenzo Owen Hart, you know, could probably be the one that's in the league right now. You know, all of a sudden he's like a British Bulldog. Remember British Bulldog?
Yeah,
Kind of like the British Bulldog. He kind of fell off, like, and everybody slept on him. Like, I mean, he was killing it. He was killing it in D League too. So, I mean, yeah, you know, so. Have you so what else is going on besides you say you're not, you know, you're kind of just chilling, so what do you have outside of wrestling?
What I do outside of wrestling?
Yeah.
Well, I'm on my little weight loss journey pretty much. And I do insurance.
Okay. Yeah, I got
my insurance thing going on.
Okay, so how's that going?
Oh man, it's like a roller coaster, up and down, up and down, up and down, man.
Up and down like a roller coaster, huh? Yeah, so y'all need insurance for this, man. Life insurance.
Yeah, now the weight loss journey on the other hand is going well. I'm just saying to myself, I let myself go like that.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it happens, brother. But at least you caught it, and you're moving on, and you're trying to get that weight off, and it's like, you know what? 'Cause I saw your picture here before and after. If y'all ever get interested in looking, it's on your Facebook, correct? Your before and after picture?
My issue has always been consistency, man. But I've been working on that, bro.
Well, that's good, man. That's good. So I got an interesting question for you, man. This kind of goes away from wrestling for a second. Is there a difference between in parenting when it comes to animals and kids?
Hell yeah, there's a difference there. And screw anybody who thinks being a pet owner and being a parent are the same thing. Like, the only thing there's only little things they have in common. Like, yes, you're responsible for a life. You're responsible for a life of another living being. That is totally true. That's the thing that it has in common.
Right.
Here's the thing. Look at the differences. When you let's just say you own a dog compared to having a child.
Right.
Anytime you own a dog, that's simply a choice.
Right.
When you become a parent, sometimes, well, I mean, no disrespect to anybody, but sometimes it's an accident.
Right.
Sometimes that happens by accident, you know? Like, and let's just say, if you decide having a dog is too stressful on you, here's one of the differences right here. If having a dog is too stressful on you, you can get the dog up, and nobody will look at you like you're a piece of shit.
Right.
Well, if I don't want to be a father anymore, guess what?
What?
Get it up. I'm the biggest piece of shit in the world.
That is correct. So.
That's just that. You don't get animal support. Nobody else got put on animal support. You don't get put on child support.
That's true. So for all you people out there, what Reggie is saying, if y'all can hear him, I hope y'all can hear him. But what he's saying is basically there's a difference between a pet owner and a parent, and that's what we've talked about this before. But I kind of want to get it out there, like for all you fur parents, so to speak. There's a difference because yes, you humanize the animal, but at the same time, the animal is still it's property. It's property. So you're responsible for that living being, which becomes legally property. If your property damages somebody, i.e., bites somebody and draws blood, it's considered a bite. And then we have to go get the city authorities out there, and the Animal Control Act come out. You gotta get separated from your animal, and blah 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 blah. Now, like Reggie said, if he decides I don't want to be a dog dad anymore or a cat dad or whatever, he no longer has to deal with that animal. But if he decides I don't want to be a dad anymore, I'm a human, then all of a sudden he's a big piece of shit. There's a difference in the comparisons that people are making. So let's get that very clear. So
one more thing. Tell me how, like, I want you to think about something. What is anybody ever carrying the order of a death because they got too drunk and got to pull out? Never done that.
You're right. I've never seen anybody get too drunk and forget to pull out, and all of a sudden they have a puppy.
Yeah, like it's like you got to deal with.
Yeah, I don't think. Reggie, to be honest with you, I don't think science has advanced that far for humans to have like animal children, like puppies and kittens and shit.
Yeah, like think of somebody who's been a pet owner and someone who's been a pet owner and a family. I promise you, I never heard a dog because I pull out the game week. But I mean, I'm going to say we just left the genuine contact stuff and as long as we get out.
Wow. So is WrestleMania gonna be in Fort Worth or is it gonna be in Arlington?
It's going to be in Arlington.
So you're wrestling. So the weekend of WrestleMania, you're gonna be in Fort Worth, but it's gonna be in your home, your where you live right now in Arlington.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, is it gonna be a day?
That's like the wrestling Olympics, Super Bowl of wrestling, man.
What, WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It happens every year. I haven't watched wrestling in so long. It's been a while. I mean, here's a question I got for you, man. I got a question for you. Now, this is an age-old question. Now, I'm always going to argue who's better. And everybody said, like, I watched the documentary and everything, and I saw it. I know it's staged, but I will forever say that Stone Cold is the GOAT over The Rock.
That's always a tricky question, man.
Everybody says Dwayne Johnson, which is The Rock, and Steve Stone Cold Williams, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Everybody said, "Oh, he ain't do this and he ain't do that." I'm like, well, you gotta think about it. When Stone Cold was coming in, when Stone Cold was leaving, The Rock was there. They were preparing The Rock to take over. So, what's your opinion on it?
I think neither one of them is the GOAT.
Really?
Yeah.
So, who do you think the GOAT is?
Guy was currently running the company, Triple H.
Okay. I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, he had DX and he had, well.
I want you to think, there's some things you can think about here. Alright, there's my argument towards that. Alright? Yes, Stone Cold was a fan favorite. Yes, The Rock was a fan favorite. They never have a top bill like Triple H.
They have a what?
Top bill like Triple H.
They never what?
The top villain.
Okay. Okay.
Who's done it as a bad guy for 10 years, 3 decades.
Okay.
And he kept fucking day fresh. And then on the other side of things, you know how he was able to keep a job?
How?
He said, like, that was what he used to keep a job. Like, he wasn't insured. He played smart. He played everything smart. Like, okay, I want to be best friends with the top guy in the company at the time was Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
Shawn Michaels, yeah. Like, so what else can I do
Yeah.
And because that's son-in-law. And now look at him. He wrestled it, worked every while, and he'll always have a job in WWE.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And he
Stone Cold left, but sometimes it's not even his decision when he comes back. The Rock, like no disrespect to the man, but every now and then he only comes back when he needs to promote a movie, and the WWE just working off each other.
right.
Guess what? Triple H can make those decisions on his own what he want to do.
I mean, business wise, okay.
And then you can't name a heel that is main event WrestleMania more than Triple H.
You're right. But I mean, yeah, you're right. I guess I can't really argue that because business wise, he made some pretty damn good decisions. Like he made best friends with Shawn Michaels, and then X-Pac became DX. Then he had China. He was dating China, was messing with China, and then went from China to Stephanie McMahon. Married Stephanie McMahon. Now he's running the show. But I don't personally think that he was like the face. Where he messed up is when it was him, Shawn Michaels, I want to say it was him and Shawn Michaels, somebody else that showed that like they don't actually hate each other and it's staged. And that's when Stone Cold ended up winning. That's when Stone Cold became like the face of the franchise.
And then, I what you think about it. I mean, I had to start at the bottom, but the thing was, Stone Cold was already a good name before he came to WWE.
Yeah, he was with ECW and WC. He was with WCW and he was with was WCW did ECW?
WCW did ECW did WWF or WWE.
Yeah, it was WCW, ECW, and then he went to WWF. Hmm?
Like, Triple H, on the other hand, yes, he was in WCW as well, but he wasn't a major player.
Not until, yeah.
He was at the bottom.
Yeah, he was. He was at the bottom, and he worked business wise. He worked his way to the top, and he never has to worry about having a job again because WWE.
He's very cerebral. That's why he called the cerebral assassin. He is the smartest guy to ever do this. He's one of the smartest wrestlers to ever do this.
Yeah, that is very true. That is very true. Hey, hold on a second, man. I gotta check this real quick. Y'all hold on a second. I gotta check my cooking in there real quick. I don't want to burn.
But yeah, they would have made Stone Cold a run because they were a bad face. But there's a difference between your favorite and the greatest.
I feel like. All right, y'all. I'm back. I feel like there is a difference between your favorite and the greatest. I still feel like Stone Cold was one of the greatest wrestlers out there, though.
Oh, he was the greatest, yeah, for sure. But Stone Cold, like, when you compare the greatness of Stone Cold, The Rock, and Triple H, it's like comparing the greatness of Tom Brady, Joe Montana, and Peyton Manning. Like, they're all great, just in their own way.
I mean, I'm saying it's like, okay, that's like comparing Bo Jackson, Alvin Kamara, and I don't know, what's that guy? That guy that's out from Chicago for the Bears, Walter Payton. Yeah, I mean, they're all great in their own way. What I'm saying, and whether business-wise or not, what I'm saying is that Stone Cold, even though he's not with them anymore, and they have to kind of decide when he can come back.
He's with them, he just does his own podcast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he has his own podcast. He has Skull Island. So I mean, he's not completely out of it. It's just he don't really wrestle anymore. But what I'm saying is, like, as far as greats are concerned, when he was there and Triple H was there, I feel like Stone Cold was better than Triple H, and he was definitely better than The Rock. I just can't. I mean, I did yesterday's comparison, kind of, but at the same time, it's like Stone Cold was on his way out, and The Rock was on his way in to take over. And then when The Rock left, I just kind of like, I lost interest after that.
But guess what? Guess who the biggest villain around the whole time? Guess who around both of them? Triple H.
You're right. You're right. He said he's like that coworker that you don't really hear. You hear him talking, it's like, oh man, whatever, you're gonna be long gone before we leave. And then I leave, you leave, he's still there. Still there. You know, make all the smart business decisions and business moves. So yes, Triple H was.
Yeah, like wrestling is more like a, whether you're against somebody or with somebody, it's still the same sport. Say, how can I explain this? The good guys are your offense, that's who sells you tickets, and the bad guys is who keeps you involved. That's the defense.
Right.
Yeah, sure. We pay attention to the bad guys. I mean, we love the good guys. We really do. That's who draws the crowd.
And we love for the bad guy to get beat up. Right, yeah, because I used to watch it all the time, and whenever there was a bad guy, of course you want the villain to, like, which it's very true, and even in, you know, today's sports, but we're going to keep it on wrestling, there's got to be a bad guy. He's got to do something bad, and there's got to be a good guy. The good guy comes out, he's like Superman, he's like the hero of the day. He's losing. And then he just all of a sudden he just gets this energy and starts stomping on the mat, and you know how they're like, they're trying to put him like that. They call themselves putting him to sleep, and the ref will raise his hand.
The bad guy will always keep you involved.
Yeah, and that's why I like. I mean, I guess that's why I liked about it back in the day. Is that, you know, the ref will raise his hand drop, raise his hand again, hand drop. Third time he raises it, the hand's about to drop. He starts powering up. All of a sudden, he just gets his energy. He starts hitting him with the elbow, and the guy jumps. He starts bouncing out the ropes. He hits him with a clothesline. And I was like, he's like about to get him. And then he hits him with his finishing move, and it's like, okay. Now I go to bed on a Monday night, satisfied that the bad guy got beat. That's just like life, man, you know. But in reality, sometimes the bad guy wins. You can't do nothing about it.
But when the bad guy wins, it still keeps you involved. Because you are wanting to see where the story goes.
Exactly. So when the bad guy does win, you know, you ever see Wreck-It Ralph? You ever see Wreck-It Ralph?
Yeah.
Remember when he said, I mean, who hasn't seen Wreck-It? Y'all ain't seen Wreck-It Ralph. You ain't lived yet. I haven't seen Ralph Breaks the Internet, but I seen Wreck-It Ralph #1. So he says, I don't want to be a bad guy anymore. They're like, what? He's like, you're not going Turbo, are you? He's like, no, Turbo? No, I just want to win a medal. Or it's like, no, dude, you're a bad guy. You keep everybody involved. You have to be bad. That's what your job is. Your job is to be a bad guy. You're supposed to be the guy that beats up on the boss, Stone Cold. You're supposed to be the guy that pulls the sock out his drawers, Mankind, Mick Foley. You're supposed to be the guy that freaking walks on ropes, Undertaker. You're supposed to be the guy that drops the people's elbow, The Rock. You're supposed to be the guy that pedigrees Stephanie McMahon, Triple H, X-Pac. Hey, whatever happened to X-Pac? Do you know?
I mean, he's chilling now.
Yeah, I'm sure he's chilling, but I mean,
my dude, man. Sean, my dude.
Who?
That's his real name, Sean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I ain't seen him or heard about him. None. I just know that he's kind of went off to the rolled off to the sunset.
Right now.
He what?
He's living his best life.
Well, that's what's up, man. So is he in Arlington with you or?
No.
So he don't live in Texas.
Best life, man.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. Well, shout out to X-Pac, or Sean, whatever you got going on, man. Hopefully everything's going good for you. You were to tell you the truth, you were one of my favorite high-flying wrestlers, kind of like the Hardy Boys. Do you know what happens to the Hardy Boys?
Yeah, Matt's in AEW, and Jeff is just enjoying some time off.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. You stay in touch with the wrestling world, man. I haven't been in touch with the wrestling world in a long time, so you're really my plug, so to speak.
If you want to watch Matt, just watch AEW and it's on TBS and TNT.
Okay, so you're still high flyer, or no?
Matt never really been the bigger high flyer. It's always been Jeff. But Jeff is just enjoying some time off.
Jeff was the blonde one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff was the blonde one, and Matt was kind of like a brunette, black hair dude.
Well, Jeff always changed his hair different colors.
Jeff would dye blue, green, purple, whatever color he decided he wanted to be that day, and then he would. You could still see the blonde streaks. That's why I was saying like he's a blonde, truly a blonde. So I'm like, oh, okay. I never really knew what the hell he was. I'm like, I don't know what the dude is. He just. To me, he was just a damn good wrestler. As far as I was concerned, back in those days. But man, I remember when I was a kid, I used to get up, Monday. I had to go to, Boy Scout meeting or whatever. And I get home, first thing I'm doing, I'm turning on the wrestling and trying to watch wrestling. And my dad would be like, hey, record it for me. Now, now we got DVRs and stuff, so we can just kind of press record and then you can watch it. But back in the day, that's when you had to put the VHS in, hit record, and make sure it records it. And you had to record over whatever you had on there. But yeah, man, that was times back then. I haven't been to a wrestling event. I can't even tell you the last time I've been, man. I really don't even remember, to be honest with you. Do I watch every once in a while? Yeah, but now I'm just kind of like, I'd more or less come to one of your shows than I would go to WWE. Why? Because y'all still have that fire, y'all still have that passion, that I want to get the crowd engaged, and to support my dude. Like, hey man, like I'm here to support like Reggie Lincoln. That's my boy. Like I know him. And, like him. Like yeah, I know him. Like so. That's just one of those things. I ain't never been to the. Much past. I guess I want to say when the Attitude Era ended, that's when I kind of ended my watching of WWE.
Oh man, well you gotta miss out on good things since then.
I mean, what have I missed though? Cause I really haven't seen it. I haven't seen anything that really interests me. Like when the Undertaker retired, I was like, damn, he finally retired. I'm like, damn, he finally retired. Like I know and then I kind of looked up his story. He used to hoop. He used to be a hooper, so I'm like, okay. And then like Kane, his supposed brother, he's like the governor type now. Like he's Jesse Ventura. That was before I stopped watching. He's still doing his thing. I mean, I honestly would like to know is the Iron Sheik still alive?
Oh, of course he is. Saying wild shit on Twitter and everything.
That's what I'm saying. Like Iron Sheik is still alive. I know Sergeant Slaughter, he's still alive. That's Jesse Ventura. Sergeant Slaughter. I know that JYD, the Junkyard Dog, he's deceased. He passed in a car wreck. Who else is out there, man? Man, so many wrestlers out there, bro. Like Rocky Maivia, like The Rock's dad. He was a hell of a wrestler and a bodybuilder. Huh?
Yeah, Rocky Johnson.
Yeah, he was a bodybuilder too. Dude was big. Like that's when it was like, you know, you had to be a big dude to kind of like get out there and do your thing. But these guys were, you know, they weren't high flyers, but they was beating them. Now one that I can't say he's not the GOAT because the man's been there forever. And you might not agree with me on this, or maybe you will. But Ric Flair, I mean, he's the only wrestler that's old, but everybody knows who he is.
Oh, of course they do.
I mean, from me and yours age, from my age at 35 down to a 10-year-old, they'll know who Ric Flair is. You said, woo! They're like, oh, you recognize Ric Flair. Everybody knows who Ric Flair is. I can say Marshall, or I can say, I know you remember this one. Step into a Slim Jim. Oh, yeah. Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah, Randy Savage, my dude, man.
Man, remember Ultimate Warrior?
Yeah.
He was all right. Unfortunately, he passed. If y'all don't remember Ultimate Warrior, he did pass right after he got to the Hall of Fame with WWE Hall of Fame. Passed the next day at 54 years old. So R.I.P. Ultimate Warrior. R.I.P. Randy Savage. He had a heart attack actually. Hulk Hogan's still alive. He's still out there doing his thing.
Yeah,
unfortunately. Yeah. Both the Road Warriors have passed. Hawk and Animal, they're both gone. I want to say Animal was recent. It was like maybe a year ago, about a year ago, and Animal was like 03. I want to say he passed. So they're both up in.
All passed away back in the early 2000s, and Animal just passed away last year.
Yeah. Oh, so okay. So I had it back with my bad, y'all. So Hawk passed away early 2000. The Animal just passed, and he was still out there doing, you know, independent venues and things like that. Still wearing the shoulder pads. Wrestling has a long history, and Reggie, I'm glad that you have decided to get into it and continue the venues and things like that, man. Because let me tell you, I ain't got the nerve to be getting up out there like that. I just don't. Maybe one of these days it'll be on my bucket list. Maybe you can beat up on me or something. I can say I lost to Reggie Lincoln with the. I lost to him with the Lincoln Memorial, you know, or something like that. I'm like,
I gotta learn that stuff you be doing.
Oh, the jiu-jitsu, man. I mean, maybe I could train you one day. He's like, I call this the fly guy. I don't know, man. But no, man. I really am truly humbled to sit and talk with you, man. Because, like I said,
it's a pleasure, man.
Yeah, it's always been a pleasure, man. So, as far as commentating, you say you want to be a commentator. Is that right? You say you want to do commentating?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So is that like your ultimate goal after wrestling life?
I hope so.
You hope so. Okay, maybe be like Jim Ross.
I'll never be that good.
Oh well, I mean, hey, never say never, brother. Never say never, because you probably never thought you were gonna be on WWE.
Legendary, man.
Yeah, but I mean, sky's the limit, brother. You might be like Jerry King Lawler, you know.
Yeah, maybe.
Did you know Lawler's from Memphis? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, that's where he got the name of King from. He was the king of Memphis.
I never knew that. I happened to be watching if y'all wonder how I know this, I was watching a documentary on WWE, and they started looking for mementos and things like props that have been sold to other people around the United States, and trying to get them into the WWE museum. So they go and pay these people. And Triple H, who now currently runs WWE, would pay them a certain amount of money to get those props back get them out into the museum. So that was actually pretty cool. Well, Reggie, man, I'm glad you sat and talked with me, man.
No problem, man.
So when's your tell the folks when your next match might be, where they can find you at, how they can get a hold of you, because you might have some young wrestlers out there, and if you got any advice for these young wrestlers out here, let them know, man.
Yeah, follow me on TikTok, of course, at Reggie Lincoln. And I'll also be on Twitter at Reggie Lincoln 91. And Instagram at the Reggie Lincoln. As far as advice I can give to the young people out there, make sure you're truly committed, man. Because it ain't easy.
Nothing great ever comes easy, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Well, Reggie, like I said, man, it's a pleasure talking to you, brother. Hey, y'all, like, share, subscribe. If you got anything you want to leave in the comments about this segment, let me know. If you want to see anybody else come back to the show, let me know. If you got any subjects you want to talk about, let me know. Leave a comment, period. Well, that's all I got to say. I'm FlyGuy. Reggie will holler at you, man.
It's a pleasure, my man.
And we out.